How to pack light. Minimalist packing in a carry-on or personal item for short or long trips. Don't forget to check out my other travel videos and subscribe to my channel and click the bell to get notifications of more packing videos to come in the future. So we've all done it. We've overpacked and ended up coming home with our luggage half full of clothes we did not even wear and other stuff that we didn't even use at all. We packed for all the what-if scenarios we could think of in an attempt to avoid stress in case we need those things, but then we end up with this huge bag full of stuff that we don't need, which just causes more stress. We all hate having to lug around a huge suitcase through the airport, in taxis, buses, rental cars, to hotels, and paying those extra fees to have that bag checked by the airline. Then comes the stress that the airline might lose your checked luggage, so you also pack a personal item or a carry-on with more necessities just in case your luggage gets lost. And then if your luggage actually does get lost, it can totally ruin your trip, or at least part of your trip until your luggage is returned. I've been there. All of this has happened to me. I used to be a chronic overpacker. I would find the largest luggage possible and pack every last thing into it that I could possibly ever need, often nearing or even exceeding the weight limit by the airline. And I have luggage that I can actually fit into comfortably, and it's so large that most airlines don't even allow it anymore, but that's what I used to use. But after traveling more often, I realized that this is not the way to travel, and this causes more stress and anxiety. I know it sounds impossible to travel with just a carry-on, or better yet, even just a personal item, but I assure you that it is possible, and it will give you the best travel experience with so much less stress. So this video covers the tips that I learned as I went from a chronic overpacker to a minimalist packer, and hopefully this will help you have a great travel experience. So why we overpack? We pack too many clothing and shoe options. We pack for all the what-if scenarios we can think of. We pack a full-size toiletry items and makeup. We pack extra clothes to fill a large suitcase. So we have this big suitcase because we're checking our bag and this is the biggest thing that we can allow, and we have all this extra space, so we just fill it with all these other clothes that we might wear. We might not wear them, but we might, so we'll bring them. So on the other hand, why is it beneficial to pack light? First of all, it's less stressful. The airline will not lose your luggage because you're not checking it and it's always with you. There is less stuff to lug around, so you're going to save your back from lifting all that heavy stuff as well. And there's less worries about putting together outfits because you are packing to make sure that all of the clothes that you're bringing with are needed. You're going to save money not checking bags. And better yet, you're going to save even more money if you use the free personal item on budget airlines such as Spirit or Frontier. The first step is to pare down your clothes and shoes. So make sure you're planning outfits based on the planned activities. So if you're planning on going hiking or spending the day at the beach or walking around the city sightseeing or going out to a nice restaurant, just to make sure that you're planning for clothes that work for these activities. And hopefully you can bring clothes that work for multiple activities if there's anything that overlaps between those activities. You just want to make sure you're bringing clothes that are appropriate and comfortable for the things you're planning to do on your trip. And then you want to bring multifunctional clothes and pieces that go together so you can mix and match. This just gives you more outfit options. And I personally like to wear dresses on vacation because it's a quick one-piece option that just takes up very little room in the suitcase. It looks cute and it can be worn casually or even dressed up with jewelry for like a nice dinner. And then re-wear your pants, shorts, and hoodies. So these items you can wear more than one time before they're really dirty, unless you actually do get them dirty, like by spilling on them or walking through something dirty. But yeah, generally these items you can wear multiple times, so it just will allow you to have fewer items that you have to pack. And then for trips that are kind of longer, bring 7 days of clothes and plan to wash clothes weekly. So if you're going on a trip for 2 weeks, bring 7 days of clothes and just plan to wash clothes once. And you can bring detergent sheets or purchase detergent at a laundromat. These are the Lucky Fiji Power Sheets. They are laundry detergent sheets. You can get these on Amazon. I will link them below. But they are just really thin sheets that you could throw into the washing machine to act as your laundry detergent. They work in both normal and high efficiency washing machines. And if you want to, you can easily rip off a little chunk so you could hand wash like a small amount of clothes. And then bring one of each type of shoe, and then wear your bulkiest shoes on the plane. So you don't need to bring like 3 different types of sandals and 4 different types of sneakers, but if you need to bring something specific like hiking shoes or hiking boots, something like that, obviously you need to bring those with, but those will be really bulky, so if you can, wear those on the plane. And then don't bring just in case clothes or shoes. Like, don't bring something because you're like, well, it might rain this one day, so I'm gonna bring this poncho and this rain jacket and these rain boots or something like that. If you're going somewhere that's rainy and that's a likelihood, go ahead and bring them if you need them. But if it's just like a just in case scenario, that's probably not going to happen. It's better just to leave that at home. You can always go to a store and buy something. Like, you can go to a store, buy an umbrella or a rain poncho or something like that. But you don't need to bring that from home if it's something that's not likely that's going to happen. And then overall, just plan your outfits so you bring the least amount of clothes and shoes. So you want to bring a pair of shoes that'll go with any outfit, or a pair of sandals that'll go with any outfit, so you can mix and match, and you don't have to bring like a specific pair of sandals that you can only wear with this one outfit. And I understand that this sounds like a lot of planning, and many people like to be more spontaneous when they are on vacation, and I get it, I'm one of those people. Ultimately, you don't have to plan out every little detail of the things that you're going to be doing on vacation just to plan outfits around it, but it does help to have an idea of the things that you are interested in doing on vacation, and then plan the clothes around those ideas. So here's the list of things that you don't want to do regarding clothes and shoes when you're packing. So you don't want to just randomly pack clothes that you might wear. Like, don't just throw stuff in because you're like, I like this shirt, I might wear it, I'll throw it in. But no, don't do that. Just plan out what you are going to wear and only bring that. You don't want to bring items that only go with certain other items. So if you have like this one shirt that only goes with this one pair of pants, you probably avoid that because it's nice to be able to kind of mix and match between the items that you're bringing with, unless you specifically need it for some event. You don't want to wear items only one time unless they truly get dirty. So you can rewear jeans, you can rewear shorts, or an overshirt, a sweater, a hoodie, anything like that. You don't want to bring 14 days of clothes. Like I said, you just want to bring, 7 days of clothes, 6 days of clothes, 4 days of clothes, and then wash those if you're going on a longer vacation. You shouldn't ever need to bring more than a week's worth of clothes. And even if you don't have access to a laundromat, you can always hand wash stuff in a sink or something like that in your hotel room. You don't want to bring several different of the same type of shoe. You don't need 4 pairs of sandals and 5 pairs of sneakers and 3 pairs of boots. Like, you don't need that. Just try to bring something that goes with all the clothes you're bringing. And lastly, don't bring just in case clothes or shoes. You don't need to pack for the just in case scenario. Just pack what is likely going to be needed, and if the what if scenario happens, you can always go to a store and buy something. Step 2 is to pare down your liquids. To do this, you'll need to comply with the TSA 311 rules because only certain things can be taken on a plane. And these are the rules you'll need to abide by. So each bottle of liquid or gel or lotion or cream, anything like that, needs to be 3.4 ounces or smaller, each container, and all of those containers need to go in 1 quart-sized clear plastic bag. And you can only have 1 bag per traveler that has to be placed in the security bin as you go through security. And this is the toiletry bag I like to bring. It is TSA 311 compliant. You can see the bottom part here is where you put your liquids, and it's clear on both sides. The top part is where you put non-liquids. And it does have a hanger, so you can just hang it right in the bathroom once you get to your hotel or your destination. It's really easy to use. But if you don't want to use something like that, these Ziploc slider stand-in fills are really nice. They do have a wider bottom, so you can easily fit your liquid items in these bags. So if you can, use hotel toiletries. If you're okay with using the hotel shampoo, conditioner, soap, anything like that, go ahead and use those. Some hotels will even let you have like mini toothpaste or anything like that. You might have to ask at the front desk, but most hotels would have that available. But of course it depends on the hotel. So if you can use those, it's always better to do that because you don't have to bring those items with you then. And if you must bring your own toiletries, like me, I have to have my own shampoo and conditioner that I always use. Make sure that you're bringing mini bottles of these or decant these liquids into smaller bottles. These are the containers I like to bring for shampoo and conditioner, body wash, face wash, toothpaste, anything like that. They are made of soft silicone and they're just really great because they come in all these different sizes and they're not going to leak and have any problems. And you can get these from Amazon and I will link these in the description below. And then bring small amounts of makeup and skincare products. Like you don't need to bring the whole big jar of foundation and skincare products. You can just decant these into smaller containers. And I like to use stackable jars to save space. And these are the stackable jars that I like to put my skincare products in and like foundation and even hair gel. It just saves a ton of room to use these instead of something like these other containers that that are not connected, but you can decant liquids into either one of these, but the stackable ones I think just work better. And then another thing you can do is use multitasking products. Like I like to bring a BB cream that also contains SPF 40 sunscreen, so I don't have to bring a separate sunscreen for my face. And you can purchase liquids at your destination. Now this is a great option for longer trips, like 2 weeks to a month or something like that. Just don't pack any liquids. Don't pack your shampoo, conditioner, face wash, anything like that. Once you get to your destination, just make sure you plan to go to a drugstore or some type of store that would have these items and purchase, full-size shampoo, conditioner, everything that you need. And then you can have that with you while you travel or while you're on vacation. And when you're done at the end of your vacation, if you have extra, you can just leave it there. The next step is to avoid liquids, and you can do that by using solid versions like solid shampoos, solid conditioners, solid perfume, toothpaste tablets. I would just recommend to test these out at home before you go on vacation with them to make sure they work for you. And if you're going somewhere warm and you're going to need sunscreen, a great option is a sunscreen stick. This is the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Face and Body Sunscreen Stick. It is SPF 70. It's really great because it is a solid, not a liquid. It looks just like a deodorant, and that's exactly how you put it on. Just make sure that you spread it around with your hand after you roll it onto your skin, and I will have this linked in the description below. An option if you like dry shampoo is you can bring that, but make sure it's in a non-aerosol package because TSA does say that they do not allow aerosols. Now I know that they're kind of lax on this rule because I've brought aerosols with and other people have, and they usually aren't a problem, but you could run into a very strict TSA agent who ends up seeing your aerosol can of dry shampoo and takes it. So you might want to avoid that just to avoid that situation. Now solid deodorant, the traditional deodorant, is not actually considered a liquid, so you don't have to worry about that. Gel deodorant, however, is a liquid, so you have to be careful with that. Now, even though deodorant isn't a liquid, you still don't want to have to bring like this huge tube of deodorant and take up all that extra space in your luggage when you don't need to. So one of the things I like to do instead of purchasing the mini deodorant that they sell in stores is to make your own mini deodorant. You can use these little tubes that you can purchase, and I'll have those linked below. Or you could use like an old chapstick tube. Like here's a Burt's Beeswax chapstick tube that I created of my deodorant. It's a little awkward putting something that small on as deodorant, but it works, and I mean it's going to give you enough deodorant for at least a couple days, but you'd probably want to test that at home just to make sure it's enough deodorant for the amount of time that you're traveling. Of course, you could always bring a couple sticks. They're really tiny, so they're easy to bring with. And the reason I like this is because mini deodorants, they're only half full, so they're like really expensive for what you're getting, and it's never the the scent or the brand that you actually want. So with this, you can kind of make it your own and make whatever you need. I have a video on how to make these mini deodorants, and I will have that linked below as well, so check that out. Wet wipes and makeup remover wipes and deodorant wipes, these are not considered liquids, so you can bring these without having to put them in your liquids bag. And one option too, you could use powder foundation instead of liquid foundation if that would work for your skin type. Step 3 is to pare down makeup and other gear. And this is going to be different for everyone because you have to decide what's important for you. Everyone has different hobbies, different passions, different things that they're important to them. So you have to make sure you know what is important to you and decide how you're going to pack based on that. Well, the first item I want to talk about here is makeup. For some people, makeup is a big passion for them and something that's very important in their life. They like to bring a lot of makeup with and make sure that they have all the options and all the different brushes and everything. So if that's what's important to you, that's great. Just go ahead and bring that. Just make sure you know that you understand it's going to be taking up more room in your bag compared to other things. But if that's what's important to you, it's probably not a problem. But you know, you can still try to pare it down a little bit. Like, do you need to bring the palette of 20 different shades of eyeshadow? Or could you maybe pare that down to like 6 different shades? And when you're bringing makeup, you know, anything that you can decant into smaller containers is definitely worth it to do. The next thing is hair products. So, you know, some people like to spend a lot of time on their hair and make sure their hair is looking good every single day, and that's awesome. But it can require a lot of products. It can require a lot of tools like flat irons and curling wands and all that kind of stuff. So if that's what's important for you, that's awesome, but there are ways that you can pare it down. You can use like a smaller mini travel version of a flat iron and curling wand. And when you're bringing actual products like hair products, just make sure you're bringing mini sizes or decanting them into smaller containers. And then there's people that are really into photography, and I know that's a big thing for a lot of people on vacation, is you want to take a lot of really awesome pictures, and that's a really cool passion. So, you know, if you're going to be doing that, you'll probably need a lot of camera gear. Just make sure you can pare it down and only bring what you need. And the last thing is electronics. So everyone has their phone and iPad and laptop and all kinds of electronic gear, but just make sure that you're only bringing what you need. Like, for example, are you bringing an iPad or a laptop just so you can watch a movie on the plane? Well, instead of doing that, you could really just load the movie on your phone and watch it on your phone instead, just so you're bringing less gear with. Obviously, unless you need to bring your laptop, so you can do some work or do something important on your laptop while on your vacation, it's probably better not to bring it. And then there are other extras, and these are going to be different for everyone. Like, personally, I like to bring my travel memory foam pillow with me on every trip because I have a bad neck and back. So I need to sleep on this pillow every night in hotels, and I also need to use it to support my back during the flight. Like, if the seat isn't very supportive on my back, I need to use that pillow on my back, and it really just helps me have a more comfortable experience. This is the pillow. It's an I heart or love on my pillow, and it's the pillow I use every single night at home. But what I usually do is just roll it up and put like a headband around it to keep it really small and compact when I'm traveling with it. And I also like to bring my mini white noise machine to help me block out noises in hotels, to help me sleep, and also because I'm used to sleeping with a larger white noise machine at home, but I have a mini version that I like to use to travel with. This is the white noise machine. The brand is Asti, and it's the model Electrofan Micro, and I will have this linked below. And I just wanted to show you kind of the different sounds that it can make, because it does have a lot of different options, and you can change the volume up and down and go through all these different white noise settings. So it's a pretty cool little tool. So these are kind of the extras that I make room for in my luggage when I'm traveling because they are important to me, and I know that my travel experience would be much worse without them. So of course this is going to be different for everyone. It's just those little extras that'll help make your trip really awesome. Thank you for watching, and please watch my other travel videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and tap the bell to get notifications of more videos to come.